Here we go. Oh, that's a beautiful song.
Okay, here we go. Welcome to another episode of the Lancescurv Show, but it wasn't supposed to be the Lancescurv Show right now. We have brother Zola Bantu, and he is here to interview me. So even though I'm on the Lancescurv platform, this is your platform. Let's pretend that it's on your platform and I'm your guest. Thank you for having me. We had some technical difficulties, so we said, let's just bring it on over here, and we're going to surprise you anyway. But it all worked out for the best, and the time was ticking down and we had to come on. So here we are. So I'm an open book, brother. I welcome everybody who's coming on in, whether you knew about this show or not. I put it out there, but I'm here, brother, and I'm an open book, and feel free to ask me everything and anything. And I'm honored. I mean, little old me. I mean, you're asking me stuff. But before I submit myself to all of your questions, how did you find me? And let me know how that happened.
Honestly, I was going through some conscious information on YouTube, and then the first time that I came across Lancescurv TV is when I saw an interview between you and Brother Kwaku. And I listened to the conversation, and I literally got a slap on my face because I could feel the consciousness. And I was like, no. And from there on, immediately I subscribed to the Lancescurv TV, and I have been watching Lancescurv ever since. I clicked on the bell, and the messages, the information over there, it really touched my heart, and it really improved my life. So I was like, no. I have to see how I can get Brother Lancescurv into Zola Bantu so they can know about him and know about basically his life and his journey as well. So it's absolutely amazing to get to that point of meeting you on Lancescurv TV. It has been a blessing for the Lance. It has been a blessing.
Well, thank you, brother. I have my fan on. I'm going to ask my wife if she can cut it off for me. I think it's making a little noise in the background. So instead of me getting up and being rude. Yes. Like I said, we don't have AC in this apartment, but you know, as I move on to bigger and better things, we will. Well, let me say, you enjoy the shows. I'm honored that you enjoy the work that's put in, and this is what I do. I'm always accessible. Every day things hit me to share. I'm not some brilliant person who is divinely connected where I'm calling myself a prophet or whatever. I'm just a servant of the people. You know, when you have a good father, when you have a good mother, and they have children at home, and they see things in the market that their child would like. And I'm not saying everybody's a child and I'm the father, but I'm always aware of what I can share when things come to me. When I see things, I say, man, this is something good to share. And with me, when I see something that has a certain angle to it, as opposed to just running with a story because 10 other people are running with it, I like to do that. Even though it may be the same topic, there's got to be a different angle. It's got to be a different perspective to hit home, because I'm not one who follows the herd per se. I think about, from within, everything comes, and there's sometimes a story or something that the world is going crazy over, and I don't touch it because maybe somebody else touched it. Unless I can bring something unique and powerful, I'm not going to do it at all.
Coming up as a young guy and meeting and beginning to ask important questions about life, maybe the world doesn't seem the way it is, and I really began to do a lot of research to see exactly what is going on. Like, okay, who am I? Where do I come from? How do I exist in this particular world? Exactly. Have you got to a point where you see, okay, life is bigger than what we see, but there's more out there?
Yes. From a long time ago, I always saw, and was made to see by my parents, that made me know that as great as we are and as great as we have the seeds of greatness inside of us, that it is a big world out there, that it's not really just about us, that we're part of a whole, and that we have to accommodate the whole, to add to it, to undergird it, to react with it, to deal with it, to correct it, to be corrected by it. So although I'm confident in everything that I do, I'm very humble because I know it's not about me. You know, when I first got online and they said, hey, you should put your name up and your name for branding purposes. But when you understand this platform, and many who have passed through it, some come, they're regular, some come, they go, some come, they don't want to come back, whichever it is, it's a constant flow. I was in Jamaica one time and I was sipping out of a stream, and I'm always thinking deep. And I said, wow, where did this cup full, which it wasn't a cup, I cupped my hands, but it was about a cup full of water. I said, all of these drops have their own unique path in the universe. One of the drops could have possibly been inside of a dinosaur years ago. Another one of the drops could have been in China years ago. Another one of the drops could be seeing sunlight for the first time because it was under the ocean or under the ground. So we all have our path, and we can converge together for a moment. And those drops were inside of me. And when it comes out, it goes on. So we are part of something bigger, no matter where we find ourselves at the moment. It's like when you're driving on the highway and it's a 3-lane highway and there's a car on both sides of you, right? And you're driving alongside with each other, but you notice that one car goes off on the exit, and you watch him go off the exit and you say, man, for the last hour, he was driving next to me. You didn't know the guy, but he's going on to his own path, but yet you both were on the same road for a while. So that's how life is. But no matter where you find yourself on the road of life, and whatever path you're on, that is your path, that is your unique path. You can have somebody, a twin, who's in the womb with you and come out, and they still have their own purpose, no matter how identical you are.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
These are the things I think all day. I can't sleep sometimes because things keep hitting me in the head, and I just have to share them.
Wow.
You know,
and the beautiful idea of Lancescurv TV, you know, I'm sure you had a vision like, okay, I want to do this, you know. So where do you see the Lancescurv TV in the years to come?
well, the positioning of where I am right now is part of the vision. For me to do what I seek out to do, that's been ordained, I feel, because there's been a lot of obstacles that have come my way, but they seem to just bounce off. And I began to know that it wasn't just me. For me to be here in the motherland is a big part of it because it's positioning. When you see a fighter, and I love boxing, and I always use analogies out of boxing. When you see two fighters fight, one might be bigger and stronger, but the other one might be smaller, but a little smarter. To be economic with his energies, to know how to position himself. Because sometimes and oftentimes when you're pulling away from a fighter coming at you, you don't go straight back. You come at an angle. So he has to reset his feet. You see what I mean? And in resetting his feet, that's the perfect time for the offense by you. Effective aggression is what it's all about. Not just aggression and putting up a million videos and maybe, no, you go on with surgical precision. So for me, my vision to be here in the motherland where there are many people who don't have a clue. Not that everybody does, I'm not putting them down, but they may not have a clue to look beyond the propaganda put out by the UK and America and all of these so-called, what they call themselves, elite who control their media. I'm a little more free out here. People are a little more receptive to what I have to say. So it's the positioning, because in America, where I was born and raised and lived 57 and a half years of my life, to think that you're going to be able to speak on their platforms who oppress us effectively, it's not going to happen. Some people say, well, you know, tone it down a little bit, hold back a little bit. No, I don't want to live in somebody else's house and live on their couch when they treated me bad. You know what I mean? I want my own. I want to go to my own place where I can live free and be myself. You see what I mean? So that was strategically something that I had to do. Now, still being on YouTube and all the other social media platforms, you're still, no matter where you go, if you're on their platforms, they're going to try to control you. They're going to try to hinder you. There's no freedom of speech anymore. It's all about censorship. And if you don't say what they want you to say, or if you don't put out or sign off on the decadence that they have, so put that fan back on for me. Yeah, it's getting hot. If the background noise is too much, everybody in the chat room, just let me know. You need to come over here and show your face. Say hi. Say hi to brother Zola. Come over here. Come on. Don't be shy.
Hi, Auntie.
Yes. No, she's coming. She's coming. She's probably gonna throw something on different. You know what I mean?
She's amazing. She's amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
she is, because I would not be able to do a lot of things out here. I'm seeing the chat room. Let me just acknowledge a few. Sister TT Brew, Indigo King. Yes, Frank, Seeker of Self. Let me scroll up a little bit. I don't think there's too many people in the chat room right now, because this was really like a Pearl Harbor kind of show, because we were going to be on Zoom. But nonetheless, the energy is out there. Kimberly Calhoun, Kimberly Cross Country. Yes, these are folks and family to me that are here, ride and die. So you're part of the family now, brother. And so you're stuck with us. And like I said,
it's beautiful that you're getting this support from these amazing people.
Yes, right, everyone here, it's amazing. It is. And that's part of the vision. We don't need 1 million people who are riding the fence. We don't need 3 million people who just come in for the novelty and we entertain them. I say, just to compare, I say, listen, all I need is 1,000 strong. All I need is 1,000 strong, 500 strong. I'd rather that than all the numbers, and to know that we ride the same way. And of course, we're not always going to agree. Sometimes, like a husband and a wife who agree on most things, they have the overlap, which is 95% or 85%. And then they have that 15% that they don't really agree on. One might be a plant-based eater. The other one might be a pescatarian and like fish. So when the plant-based person goes out to dinner and she says, well, you're my husband, you're plant-based, but I like sushi. She's not going to sit by herself. They're going to compromise. Okay, let's see what restaurant we go to first. And so he'll sit there with her. So you may not agree all the time, but you evolve together. You still have your sense of individuality. And so those who come here, Hope Rice, that's right. Got to give you your props, right? Seppo, how are you doing? And with Hope Rice, I always tell her, she's so real. That's the only Rice I mess with. And I said mess today because I'm on my best behavior before saying some other words, right? But whether we met face to face or not, Hope Rice has been to my home in Orlando. She knows everybody on the crew. Or not, it's a certain feel we have here. So this is what I wanted. I wanted a mom and pop operation. I didn't want a big Walmart or a big Target or a big Home Depot or big Lowe's. If it gets big, it still better have that feel. If it gets big, the main thing is to be able to have people that not only come to the show for me, it's not about me, that we can blend with each other and have an extended family. I love to see those who are in the chat room here, right? And who support the show, connect with each other and call each other and go visit with each other. I feel like that happy grandfather on the porch, rocking in my chair, when those who are here in the show send me a picture, said, man, we passed through Arkansas and I met with so-and-so. We passed through California. And I said, man, look at my family. You know what I mean?
Wow. That is beautiful.
If I needed anything, they would give it to me. If they needed anything, I would get it to them. If I can't, I'll find somebody who can. We all hook each other up because we're all family here. And if you can't conduct yourself as family, you got to go. Like I said, you don't have to agree with everything to be family. We have aunts and uncles and cousins that we don't get along with all the way, but we're family. And at the end of the day, don't touch my family, or I'm gonna have to get that ski mask and pop my trunk and get you.
My gosh. You know what I really love about you? You give it out there with you give it real. You say on your website you raw and like the real thing. Like the filter is not is to an extent, but you give it in the right way, in such a way that you are not. There's no fear in you. That's what I love about Lance. The fear is not there, and once you have no fear in you, you give to people the truth. Sometimes does it scare you when you speak truth to people out there?
No, I mean, there's no fear in me that way, but I know what you mean. There's no fear. There never was no fear, even from elementary school. If I told the teacher that she was too fat, to sit down and
Come on.
no, I
Wow.
didn't do that. It was never
That's a good
disrespectful.
one.
A couple of times in my life I had to say some things, but if I feel it, if it's the truth, I can say it and I'll be protected. I always knew that. There was just something innate within me that as long as I'm aligned with the truth, you might get beat up on or spoken about, but at the end of the day, it had to be spoken and you'll be all right. Because this is not a popularity contest for me as far as being online. Sometimes I do a lot of shows in one day, sometimes I do one or two. I don't look sideways. What is everybody else talking about? How can I do it? I look within. You see these graphics? I make them. We come up with the topics. Have to mention Empress Ella G, who has been a gem in helping with her talents and administrative talents and creative talents, and Mr. Scurv and just all those who are here. Everybody in the chat room needs to take a bow because that's what it's about. Even if I never talked with you, but you're here in the same spirit, let's unite. Because let me tell you something. I'm over here in Accra. I'm way out. Way out compared to New York or Florida or the East Coast that I still honor with my shows. But I'm not far away. I'm still here. We're still close. You see what I mean? The planet is ours. It may be a few steps to physically get where I am, but everybody out here knows that wherever I am, you got a place to stay. You got something to eat. If you're real with me and I'm real with you, you don't have to worry. And I know I don't have to worry. But for me, it's not a grab. People come out here and they come to me and they say, well, Lance, you got all these subscribers. And I have way more than what the numbers say. Down through the years, I've killed certain platforms. And I'm going to have to share this little seat. She's not going to sit down? Squeeze on over here and show your face. And that's the screen that you're looking at up there. Yeah. Come right here.
Wow. Hey, welcome.
But you're being seen up there. So you just lean over here more. I'll let you speak into this mic. Yeah, look inside right there.
Yeah. Hello, 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 everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
I love your scarf on the head. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm going to blow her up. She just got her nose pierced today.
No.
Look at that. Right here on this side. Yes, right there.
It looks unique and lovely. It does.
Talk to us for a second. Ask her a few questions. Since she's here.
I can't hear nothing.
Oh, she can't hear, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Hi.
Now, yes. Hello. How are you?
Thank you so much for being there. That is beautiful. I said I love your scarf. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Wow. How has it been? How does it feel to be in the motherland? And you are also a mother. How does it feel?
You didn't know you were getting a 2-for-1 deal today, did you?
It feels good because I'm here in Ghana in the motherland, and it's beautiful. It reminds me of Jamaica. So, and everywhere you go, you have your challenges, but you have to try to deal with it. Whatever comes your way, you just have to try to deal with it and move on, right?
Wow, you look so vibrant and full of strength. I can see that you're receiving the energy from back home in Africa. It's absolutely beautiful.
The sun is so strong here. So from the sun, we need the sun to give us all the energy out. Because we need it. It's from within. So when you suck up that sunlight and
have you tried the food? Have you tried the food over there in Ghana? Are you liking it?
No, I would try like the food that they have here, like the fufu banku and all that stuff.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes, but it's a beautiful country, and I think all of our brothers and sisters should come and visit. Even if you don't want to live here, just come and visit and, full joy the place. And
if you come here, you're not going to want to leave. I'm going to make sure of that. You're going to have such a good time. Trust me.
It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. And how are the children finding the place? Are they adapting? Are they loving it? How are the children finding it?
Well, the children are not here with us, so
no. Our children are still sold on the idea maybe that it may not have all the amenities that they're used to. But when they do see it, We're going to have
You'll
to
love
get
it.
a baseball bat
You'll
to
love
keep
it.
them away. But you know, when you're used to something, especially in America, can be very intoxicating. But then when you get
Touching.
to a certain age and you see, like, wow, you know, I don't need all of that fluff. But all the good fluff is here, the good food, the things that preserve you. You know, when I was 20 years old, I thought I was Superman. I thought I was invincible, right? But I'm 58 years old and I'm only like 95% invincible. No, I'm just playing. But you see your mortality and you see how you want to live, and you have more of a yearning for peace and quiet and a choice of when you want to have the excitement. America, and especially in the bigger cities, doesn't give you that choice. It's
Doesn't.
fast and it's a little slower, but a little fast.
Real fast.
You see what's going on out in the world right now over there in America, the shootings, the things with this virus, we'll say it that way, the racism, the jobs being lost, the sense of desperation and hopelessness. It's all over the world, but it's not here as much. And when you know how you want to live, this is the perfect template. This is the perfect canvas for you to paint your masterpiece of the life that you want.
Wow, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Daddy said that you're a vegan as well, and mommy said you're vegan. And how long have you been a vegan? For some time?
Since 2012.
Wow. I want to join the list. I want to join. I really want to be a vegan, but it's very hard. Like so said, the attachment is too high for me. You know, I've been on veg for over 15 years, so it's very difficult to leave it. But yeah, I really want to go to a plant-based diet. Absolutely.
Right. Plant-based, yeah. Yes.
Oh, I gotta
For
take
me,
it out. That's all right. That's
for
all right.
me, it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard for me to do it. Once Lance said he didn't want to eat any more chicken, because most thing we used to do was chicken and fish, and he said he didn't want. It was fine with me. I was happy, because
Wow.
being plant-based is for me, it's easy, and eating meat is just about seasoning the food. And if you doing plant-based and you season properly, it will taste even better than meat.
I'm going to interrupt you for a second, sweetheart. Just pull this out of that other module. Just pull out the back so I can have my own pair of headphones, and then we're really going to rock. We're really going to rock now. You got
We're
two
gonna
for
rock
one.
it.
Hold on.
Two
Just
for
yeah,
one.
that one. Yeah, this one here that I'm pulling. Yeah. Just pull it straight
Wow.
out. You can't see what I have over here, brother. It's a lot of stuff. Just follow that wire and just pull it
You're
out.
doing good. You're doing good. You're doing good. You're doing absolutely amazing.
You come back on over here. I'm going to set this one up. I can hear the whole conversation.
Okay.
Okay. And really, I should have gave you your own mic. I didn't know you were going to do this.
Daddy said that you're basically constructing. How's the construction going? You loving the experience constructing with home soil and muddy and how is the
Yes,
construction going?
it's a lot of work.
Wow.
It's a lot of work every day, and I'm doing other things, because I'm doing my gardening, like planting
Oh,
like fruit trees and different things. Actually, I plant like 6, 10, 18 coconut trees. I've been working. I plant a couple soursop mangoes, and different things, a couple apple trees, and
wow.
I'm trying to put in some bananas and planting. I also did some yellow yams.
Spilling all
I
the
think,
secrets. But I think this is appropriate time to say it.
I've been working real hard. I'm telling you, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's beautiful soil, and I'm loving it. And in the mountains, you get more rain than down here in Accra. So I'm just loving it. The
Empress
fresh
Elegy,
air, the breeze, and everything.
Sandra Hinton,
Such a
Wanda
beautiful
Gross,
thing.
Deo.
I'm just loving it. I'm really just loving it. I just love to play in the soil. I'm nature, and I just loving it. And
She,
when I go in the mornings, and I go when you're going up in the mornings, it's
Uh-huh.
a lot of fog on the mountain, and I'm
you said
telling you,
fag or fog?
fog.
Oh, that's
Dog.
nice. I just want to clarify that we don't want the LGBTQ
I
community.
heard. I
let me
had pork, man. I don't know about you,
yes.
Lance.
Yeah, I know, right? And I'm telling you, when you're going up in the morning, because it's in the mountains and stuff. It for me, it feels like when you're in the aeroplane and your hair starts stopping up and all that stuff. But once you get out there, it's so cool and nice, and you go up there and the rain fall, and it feels good because your plants to get all that water. There's a spring right there by the property, so get water
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
So,
just a beautiful
so it's no
thing,
secret what we're working on. You know what I mean? When that's there's a stream back there. There's a lot of she's putting a lot of work in. It's going to be a tropical paradise over here. It's going to be where we won't have enough mouths to feed with what's growing, the variety, the seeds that are coming, and again, the structure. And like I said, it's something that we've been planning and working on, for a while since we got here. Even before we got here, we had the plans of it, and we are humble about it. We're joyous to be in this particular position. We want to use it as an inspiration for everyone because we're not wealthy people with a ton of money. We just cashed out of America, and we trust our work ethic because I know this one right here, she can work me in the ground. I might be strong for the first 3 rounds, but 15 rounds, she's going to be still jumping around and buzzing around me. And like I said, we're both close to 60. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And like I said, the kind of life that we live, but we want to live, I want it to be an inspiration to everyone that, the illusion in America, and I believe also in the UK, is that, it's so hard and whatever. Look, when I moved from New York City to Florida, I was 38 years old when I moved from New York City to Florida permanently. And people said, well, you don't know anybody down there. I said, listen, I have family and friends that I haven't met yet. That's the mentality. I didn't know I was going to meet a whole lot of haters too, but that goes to the territory. You just get rid of them. But for the most part, the same mentality went into me coming here, where it's a longer stretch. This is not some place where you can drive up I-95 or drive across the country and get away by a car. I can't drive to Africa. Our possessions we have to bring. We had a house to sell. We had a job to leave. We have things that we had to uproot from. And even still, she thought I was crazy when I came home and said, I want to give away all my clothes. You know what I mean? It was a statement that for me to move into not just the new, but where I belong, right? I'm still the same Lancescurv as I was when I was in Florida, as when I was in New York City and traveling all of the places. I'm just here because the world is ours. The planet is ours. This is what I want to say to all of those who are melanated, whatever you call yourself. Some say, I'm indigenous and I'm this. Listen, we're on the same planet. The planet is ours.
That's a powerful statement, Lance.
We can't let the oppressor dictate to us who and what we are. We've been through his schools and he put the propaganda in our head, and we're still wiping this stuff off of us to clear our mind up. But some wake up earlier than others. Now, if you're a mother or father and you have a bunch of kids and it's a Saturday and there's nothing required except that when you wake up to do your chores, that you may have that son that sleeps till 12 noon. That you may have that daughter that gets up 6:30 in the morning. She's hitting you in the face, waking you up. We all wake up at different rates at different times. So we can't knock a person who didn't wake up yet. They're still our brothers and our sisters. We're not supposed to go to war with them. We have too many battles on YouTube about this, and I'm conscious and I'm woke, which really the word is awakened. It's not woke. It sounds so ignorant. You know what I mean? Exactly. We all wake up at different rates. We have to be there for our sisters and brothers when they do wake up, to welcome them to that wonderful meal that's waiting for them at breakfast. Show them to the shower. Let's have a wonderful day. I can't knock you because we are the sum total of all of our experiences. We're all different in our makeup, although we have the same melanin and we are family. You take a family members who all look like each other. One might like blueberry pie, and another one might like chocolate cake and hate the blueberry pie, but we're still family. So we got to stop allowing the oppressor's different categories that he puts on us to make us go to war because He is really the minority. And one other thing, I know you want to say something, and we want to talk about fruits more and that good food. And I'm going to go in that fridge. And after this interview, I'm going to hurt some food. You know that, right? You know, you got some stuff in there. I'm going to hurt it. But, and I say this on every show. I don't care if I'm talking about cats or dragons or, you know, pyramids or the Great Wall of China, whatever I choose to talk about. This is the deal. We got to stop thinking about ourselves as minorities. Minority to what? If there's a minority, that means there's a majority. Why are we called and constantly drilled as being called minority? In America, when you have someone who is Asian, let's just say specifically they're from China. They don't say they're a minority. White folks do not tell the Chinaman that he's a minority, even though by number they might be less of them in America than the black man and woman. And why don't they do that? Because they know that the Chinaman has a whole country behind him. And you can't convince him that he's a minority. But for some reason, the black man and woman in America, many in the UK and different countries, they have convinced us that we are minority. Of course, if I divvy up and make a little place called America. America's a small place when you compare it to the whole world. So they have your mind corralled off and they're teaching you his story and say it's history and say you're a minority because you're supposed to be about 15% of the population. And as we grow in numbers, they come up with new categories to dilute us. When we have a new category, Latino, and their noses are just as broad as mine. Their hair is just as thick as the hair I shave off my head every day, right? But they split us up. And then they take some of us and, oh, well, you're LGBT. How are you going to define me for my race because of what I do behind closed doors? So they come up with more categories so that we can be a minority and identify with this: Republican, Democrat, Christian, Muslim, atheist, northerner, southerner. You're light skinned, I'm dark skinned. You went to school, I didn't get an education. Oh, you a coconut. You came from Jamaica. Now that's not me saying it, right? My father's from Jamaica, right? All I'm saying is that they come up with these categories, but guess what? They will never tell you.
What's that?
They will never tell you that they are 9% of the world population. So who is a damn minority?
They are the minority. Absolutely, they are the minority.
So you don't want me coming over here to join on with my brothers and sisters. You don't want me to see my brothers and sisters over here as one and for us to join. And guess what? There's a lot of ignorance. There's a lot of the religious separation because religion is dividing us, the political stuff, the stuff they put in the heads of those over here. Yes, there is a lot of ignorance here. I'm not saying stupidity. I said ignorance, meaning things you just don't know. Things you just don't know. And guess what? When we come from America, we have to let them know what the deal is. Because many times the question has been levied to me, why would you want to come here? Why would you want to come to a place like here? I said, why not? You must not know what it's like over in America. I mean, okay, the shootings, the killings, the work, the oppression, working 2 jobs and you get all this money. Yeah, you make more money the way it sounds, but you spend more money. You have no time. You're sitting there just in a daze as you commute to work. You're at the red light sitting there. I just wish I had a day to be home. Look, how many times have many of us had to wait until we were sick to enjoy being home, and we are sick? And we had to damn near give the supervisor the riot act that we were sick. Well, how many days do you think it's going to take? I think it would take a week. Oh, you sure you can't come back after 3 days? This is why I want to go postal and get you when I go back. Wait, I can't even enjoy home.
Do you think that many of them are ready emotionally, physically, and financially ready to leave and come to experience the beauty of the motherland?
No. I would like for them to be. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with my sisters and brothers, but many are not ready. Many are ready now. Many are ready. They're more ready now than they ever been. That's why it scared the mess out of them, the so-called powers that be, when they had the year of return, and so many black folks came, not just from America, but the UK and all over, who never considered it before and saw the beauty of it. And all of a sudden, this thing called social media that was given to us to monitor us. Nothing comes free. They take time. The enemy doesn't just give something. The enemy has a long fuse on the bombs that they give. They hand you a bomb that's so pretty. Oh, look at this pretty bomb. And you pass it around
That's a
and that
pretty
fuse
bad.
is
My God.
boom. And the boom comes now with the censorship and the propaganda and how they can monitor us. We had so many people saying, I don't want to tell my business to nobody. Who's that? I'm not telling anything. And then they get on social media and show the inside of their house and talk about the intimate parts of their lifestyle of what they do in the bedroom, what they eat, who they hate. And we're stupid that way. But to go, yeah, it's true. But to go back to that, but to go back to what you originally said, we're so caught up in open from the propaganda and the brainwashing. You got to understand, when you grow up and you see a movie and it's always the white man riding off into the sunset as the hero, always the one surviving. We're always the first to get killed in the movies, and sometimes them also. But we're a co-star, but a minor role in that. So whenever you have a bunch of us together doing something positive, and I'm not saying all of us now, but I'm saying the majority, subconscious, we got to work with this stuff. And some white woman shows up or some white man shows up, we automatically look at them. Oh, they must be the boss. They must be the supervisor. And you start asking them what to do with what you have in you so brilliant. And we give it up too fast. Instead of realizing we've been fed the wrong food. We've been sucking on the wrong titty, y'all. How are you going to be a strong man and look to suck the titty of a kitten or a cat? How are you going to be a cow and look to suck the titty of a dog? We're given the wrong, I can't even say education, it's propaganda. And it's not right for us. So we're not going to be right. So we're not going to be ready. Or think, how many times have people said, and I got some footage on my little GoPro here. I got about 3 hours or 4 hours worth of footage that I'm going to put up and have a conversation about anything else, but just so you can continue to see, right? Many will say, I ain't got nothing over there, nothing but mud huts over there. And Lance, have you seen lions and tigers running to the street? No, but I see something worse running to the streets of America. White racist cops. I'd rather deal with a lion or a tiger here. And they do have them here, not running to the streets. There are parts of the motherland that have that. But people don't understand that those who come from Al-Kebulon, aka what we know as Africa, 85% of those who come to America and the UK come from metropolitan areas or cities. Now, this city is not comparable to New York City because there's a lot. Look, I can't walk anywhere and see a mango growing. And we're in the city, right? We're in the city. And where we will be when our projects are done is up in the mountains where Mrs. Scurv is doing her work. And this is why we have been postponed in her coming out with the stuff on her channel, the cooking stuff, the cat's out the bag. This is what we've been working on. But once it's done, there ain't gonna be nobody who can keep up with this. Wow. There ain't nobody who can keep up with this. And even the
fact that— Are you guys planning to travel around Africa as well?
Yes, we are. Once the base, the Bat Cave is completed, right? We all over the place. I have invitations to come all over. Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, Nigeria, the Gambia, and some other places. But the COVID messed this up, timing wise. And now I can kind of give a fuzzy timeline on what we had to go through, because I came to Ghana in April and May of 2019. I already knew I was coming here to live before I got, because I was researching. I didn't tell her that much, you know what I mean? And when I went, it hit me. So when I came back, I said, listen, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. And she was with it. Yes, she was. But I was struck by it. I mean, I came back to America and I still had the sweet mango in between my teeth. Now, unfortunately, I had ran a little too hard. I went out there basically burnt out already from working 11 hours and other jobs and running the website, running the shows before I go to work. When I come back, bringing my laptop, have a 5-minute layover, and I'm on there doing stuff. I mean, I didn't get the sleep I got was not quality. So when I came out to the motherland, and jump in whenever you want, I was already burnt out. So when I came back, I had malaria. And I really say that was because I was so run down. I've been here, mosquitoes bite me, not on purpose now. I'm paranoid of mosquitoes, but I'm healthy, I'm strong. I've acclimated, right? When I got back, I couldn't wait to leave. We sold our home that same year. We were ready to leave, and all of a sudden, guess what came? The C word. So it postponed us from leaving immediately to leaving out in September of last year. So we hit the ground running, and everything is going strong, going hard. So folks that think, well, they see irregular shows, or sometimes I say I'm gonna do a show and don't do it, it's because of the overall stuff that we're doing that you don't see. But once the Bat Cave is completed, and her there won't be a fruit that grows on this planet Earth that she wouldn't plant over there. Trust me. And then we're gonna motivate people. We're gonna make people see that this beautiful Black country, although it is not perfect, they have political things going on. You have a little bit of the brainwashing going on. You have a lot of Black folks over here who are bleaching their skin, who are straightening their hair, who think that everywhere else is better. So it's my job to make them see what they have here, that the illusion that they're running to is only illusion to suck your life force. That you
do you
can
think
do.
there's also a problem of leadership there's an issue of leadership as well?
Well, I won't call any names because I'm over here. You know what I mean?
Okay, not the names, but just the principle of leadership.
Yes. I'm gonna tell you straight up what I know from being here. Just like anywhere else, you have different classes. The majority of the people here are Black. And let me say something funny, not to get away. I'm gonna come back to that question, but it hit me that when you see a person from Ghana, I'm in Ghana, right? And they see another person who they may know from Nigeria, they don't say, "Oh, that's a Black man." They say that's a Nigerian. You see,
that is so shocking. That is shocking.
You know what I mean? So it's only us. Once we are in America, we around white folk, oh, that's a Black man there. Now, I'm not saying that we should not acknowledge our Blackness and that we're African, but we have to understand the mind of those who are already here to know how to approach them to make them see the broader scope of the world and how it works. So if we say, "Hey, Black man," he may look at me like, "I'm a Ghanaian. What you mean I'm Black?" And some may say that I'm not Black, that I'm Ghanaian. They may identify with nationality more. But then the enemy comes at all of us and calls us all Black, calls us all niggas, calls us all this. And we are caught up in the separation of nationality. When a white man from Russia, right, of Vladimir Putin, hangs out with Joe Biden or Donald Trump, they know that while they have come from different countries, there's a code that they move by, that we are white, that we are pink, or whatever you want to call them. DNA, dog DNA sharers, but 9% of the population. And we have to move in a way that we preserve ourselves. And if we have differences, we'll settle them later on. But right now, it's about the preservation of us. We don't think like that. Here we have, and living in the food basket of the world. If you remove Africa, Al-Kebulan, off the scope of the world, make a different planet and lift Africa up and put it on that planet and leave Earth with everyone else except the motherland. They wouldn't last too long. They need us for, look, we're going to have a show here on the Lancescurv channel. I haven't made it yet. It's a brother who owns his own cell phone company. He's a brother who is from the motherland. You know, the white press is not going to speak about this.
Never.
And
They'll never put him on.
Conversation. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, he told me in a brief conversation that what people need to know is that every time you hold a cell phone, you're holding a piece of Africa in your hand. The materials needed are only found here in the motherland and in the Congo especially. And he's going to go in deep on that. So while others put the propaganda out that there's nothing here, they're only telling you that so they can come here wholesale, and you're praying to something else that they gave you that don't exist. And they're sitting here mining and taking the rich stuff out of the land and actually coming here to live, to set up shop and eventually boot us out of our own land. So when you have people tell you that, "Oh, I don't belong there, I have nothing there," put the cell phone down. Because if you don't have nothing there, you don't need to hold the cell phone in your hand with the materials that came from here, the foods that came from here, the diamond ring that you're wearing on your, "Oh, honey, I love you. Here's a diamond ring, but we hate Black people." Well, it came from a land where Black people mined that diamond. There are companies all over the world coming here to secure themselves and their families. Yet we, as ignorant black folks all over the world, I ain't got nothing over there. Come on, baby, let's go to Papa John's Pizza. Let's come on and watch this reality TV show that doesn't exist. You're eating junk food. You got junk food in your mind, your body, and your soul, and you are turning into junk, while those who don't like you are going into the land that you have a right to be in. You have a right to be there. Don't listen to the propaganda. Go and look, I'm having a ball. I'm having a ball. And the great part is the best is yet to come. How many of us live a life where we feel and we know that, you know what? Every year that goes by is going to get better. Why did I leave? I didn't leave because I was running from nothing. Well, I was running from a racism. I was running from being exploited. I was running from no opportunities, but I'm not running from anything. I was actually running to myself, running to what fits with me, running to an atmosphere that is better because I am a citizen of the planet. The planet is ours. So these Johnny-come-latelys in the history of this planet, because they just got here. There was a time they weren't here. Don't know how they got here. I mean, it's like being in a nice home and, you know, you leave a few dishes out and the doors crack a little bit. You look around, you start seeing roaches. Well, I bought this house. We didn't have roaches here. But they're planetary roaches. Spray them.
Do you feel that we need to redesign our educational system in Africa?
Of course, because what I don't like, and I'm going to tell you straight up, the number one thing, and I didn't know you're going to even ask that question. What I don't like is when I see a young brother and you say, brother, what's your name? He says, oh, my name is John Smith. What? My name is Benjamin.
In Africa, John Smith.
Yeah, exactly. No, come on, man. What's your real name? And then here will sometime, and I'm just saying this in general, right? I'm kind of sitting on one butt cheek here, so that's why I'm kind of shifting around. You know what I mean? I'm a little bigger than you.
So get up and give you your space.
No. I want you here. I want you here. You're a lot prettier than I am. You know what I mean?
My goodness.
So, plus I got to be cool with you if I want them good meals. You know what I mean?
You gotta treat them better to get good meals. Absolutely.
No, but this is the thing. When they say their own native name that they were born with, there's oftentimes not much pride with it. They put their head down and they kind of whisper. I say, why are you whispering that name, man? That's the name you want to say to the world. I never saw China come on. My name, John Smith. No. And they say it with pride. You see, we have to be proud of who we are. We have movements in America to make us proud about the decadent things that we do that doesn't bring us procreating, if you know what I mean. Rainbow colors. I'm proud. You're proud of that? When I stepped in doo-doo in the backyard, when I had a dog back there, I wasn't proud about stepping in no doo-doo. I'm not trying to play in no doo-doo and be proud of that. You know what I mean, right? Okay, so why can't we be proud of who we are when we are the creators of this planet and gave this planet everything? We're the caretakers, we're the original, we're the creators, and no matter where you put us, there are some very affluent neighborhoods here, and there are places here that I won't say are poor, but it's more of a simple life, right? And we have people who live a simple life who may not have the money in the engineered unnatural system that they try to make you want to be a part of, but you should reject that. But when you see how they take wood and take stones and blocks, cinder blocks, they make their own cinder blocks when they build a home, and how they build little homes that they have, and it fits them just fine. And they're just as strong and healthy. There's a brother who got on the Trotro, which is like a van, like a bus, like a small regular van, but for transportation. And I noticed brother did not lift weights, but I saw the girth of his neck, and I saw his complexion, how he was eating good food and how strong his teeth were, and I'm not looking at no man no kind of way, but I noticed everything. The physiques of those who don't partake in Western food or bad food that they're trying to push on us over here, they walk strong, they walk proud. The women have phenomenal physiques, AKA what other people would say, they have nice booties, right? I'm not looking at that. You heard that, right? So all I'm saying is just the healthiness of it all, you know, and they want to rob that from us. Yet many of us mentally who are here want to leave. And many of us who are abroad don't want to come here. Listen, you can start businesses here and position yourself in a way where you deal and do business with the world where you are in the power position. Let's just make something up. Let's just say you go way out in the Volta region and the land is really, really affordable, but you're not going to find Walmart over there. You're not going to find much over there that way. But if you have the stick-it-to-itiveness to start a business, say all the mangoes that are out there, and say you dry them, right? And you ship them back to a place in America called Whole Foods Market, where they sell health foods and stuff. They're getting it from African soil. You have left over there where you can hardly get a job in that same place and come here and set up shop, bring your family, hire other people, and not look to have, well, I got up there, I'm going to get a Rolls Royce. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to get a mansion. No, come out here and work for 2 or 3 years and establish yourself all over the world. And you undercut. We have white folks, and I'm going to say it, white folks, Asians, Indians who are coming here, folks from Lebanon. Lebanese, yeah.
A lot of them
Man, what?
A lot of them.
They're coming here and they don't give a damn about the designer bags. They don't give a damn about this luxury car. They're setting themselves up in position for generations to come so their children can be in a power position over our children, and our children will look back and say, why didn't great-great-grandma and grandfather think about this? There's a mad rush for the motherland. Don't be fooled by the propaganda. You're not going to see good things on CNN. You're not going to see good things on Fox News. You're not going to see good things on headline news. And you're damn sure not going to see me on those platforms, because the stuff I talk about and show up my little camera and all my other little cameras and stuff every single day, they don't like me. They don't like that because it's not going along with what they want to have said and spoken. If I came over here and put on a pink wig and some purple lipstick, of course you'd leave me, right? If I was walking around like that. This is the Lancescurv show, Scurvia show, and so, and my new boyfriend is so. Man, they broadcast me all over the world.
My God.
I'm an alpha male. I wake up and do my work here. I go to bed, fall asleep. I was on the phone, and me and Empress LG were doing some stuff online, and she's phenomenal. She's been helping out a whole lot. She's worth her weight in gold. And like I said, I was falling asleep doing the work. Woke up, did it. Got up in the middle of the night to take a leak. Came to the computers and made sure everything was going as it is. I live and breathe this. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, go on.
I just want to say, I live this and breathe this and eat this so much. I went to the bathroom, turned around. I didn't see a piece of corn. I saw a computer chip.
I saw an amazing picture of you on your website where you were basically lifting weight. You used to work out back in the days?
Yes. And I know everybody who follows here, subscribes here, they're tired of seeing that same old funky picture.
It's an amazing picture. You know, you really work the muscles perfectly.
Let me pull out the same old funky picture. Okay, let's see if I can.
Wow.
There you go.
That's
see,
amazing.
I always keep it on people who don't, but I got to get rid of it now because I have some friends of mine.
How old were you by then?
19 years old. So
My
discipline
God.
is something new to me, and there's no drugs, right? Okay.
19. Wow.
She's tired of it. I wish it looked like that now. I got a 1-pack.
You're a mess.
But
I just want to jump on and say something about what Brother Lance was saying. We as African people, melanated people, whatever you want to call yourself, our backyard should be Walmart, and not the running to the supermarket every week, because I remember growing up in Jamaica and in the country, because I'm not the type of, some of our people, they'll come from the Caribbean, for instance, Jamaica, because that's where I was born. And someone will say, where in Jamaica are you from? And they'll tell you about the city. I'm from the country, the real country. So
the cooking is a
the way I grew up, with my mom, my dad was away most of the time in the States. And so it's mostly my mom. But
let me move my leg over here. my butt cheek is starting to hurt. Let me just shift over.
So sorry.
Okay. Yeah, you are. So, a friend of mine, we were talking about that the other day. about, growing up in the country in Jamaica. You don't have all that money to be running to supermarket or all the time. So you grow your own food, fresh food, that you dig from the ground, the food from the earth, and, your vegetables, them and all that stuff. And I'm telling you, we're strong. We're getting a lot of herbs and all that stuff put in our body. You're cleaning out your system, but you're eating good fruits and vegetable, fresh things without no fertilizer and all that stuff. So we should go back to nature because we are nature. So we need to go back to nature and make our backyard be our that's our pharmacy or supermarket and everything, because we can grow everything that we eat. We don't have to be running up and down getting food. What if all this thing, everything is swept away from us in the morning when you wake up? Everything is gone. Remember when everything was happening in the end of 2019 come to 2020, you woke up one morning and you hear all this stuff over the news, and everyone's life change right there. So we have to think about these things. Not that we are telling you have to pick up yourself and go to the motherland, but we all come from here, whether we believe it or not. We come from here. I wasn't born here. I was born in Jamaica, but I'm connected to Africa. So if you
can we say it one more time? I know you don't like when I say it. She's a true child of Ghana. Great grandfather from Ghana, buried in Jamaica. So there's a direct lineage, and 93% of all Black Jamaicans have a direct lineage from Ghana. Unfortunately, because of what they did with the slave trade, but that's the way it is.
Yes.
And I visited your great grandfather's grave site on your land in Jamaica, up on the mountain.
Yes. So yes. So we should really think about that. And I always tell my brothers and sisters, when I come on the show, I always try to let them know that even if you live into an apartment, get your little pots, your little grow bags and all that stuff, and grow all your vegetables. And I tell you what, you can have a balcony and you look around and you have a mango tree, and one day you get up and you see it's blooming, then you look and you see you have mangoes on it. It's how you take care of these things. You could have nice big grow bags. You have 2 tomato plants in there. You have some lettuce. You have cabbage, different things. You have to learn to grow your own food and go outside. It feels good to go in your
feels good
and just pick your own stuff and eat it. It tastes good, it goes down well, and you're going to digest it well. And these are the things that we really need to do and take in consideration that we are nature and we need to go back to nature. Until we do that, we are going to stay sick all the time. Our body is alkaline and we need to keep it alkaline. It's not about the meat and all that stuff that you put in your body. You realize when you start drinking a lot of green juice, you're eating a lot of greens and all that stuff, putting a lot of fruits and a lot of fresh water, it's a different feeling in your body. You feel so different. You feel light and weight, everything. So we have to make sure we start taking care of ourselves and do these things. I'm telling you,
I'll tell you something.
Good.
If Mrs. Scurv wasn't around for me to have all these wonderful fruits to pick, the only thing I'd have to pick is my nose.
It's so funny.
Why your nose, Lance? Why your nose?
I might find a mango up there or something.
That's funny.
It's just an invert way of giving her props, But
Wow,
many are not, many from America and where many of the colonizers live, where we are, we're not ready for it because many of us are not ready, partially ready, but we have doubts. And we see the propaganda against the motherland. And the thing is that we want something better. We yearn for something better. And we're kind of getting a hint when we see things, but there's an apprehension because that's all many of us know. Many of us, I have to say, have never left the country. Many of us have never left the state. Many of us have never left the city that we were born into. And now we're alive for decades. And many of us, unfortunately, have never left the neighborhoods that we were born in. So therefore, not just a physical thing, because we have a lot of well-traveled fools in the world. So it doesn't mean you have to have frequent flyer miles with your favorite airline, but at least to expand your mind, and there is no excuse anymore. The world is a much bigger place. It used to be where many decades, let's just take 100 years ago, When you got married to somebody who lived in your town, who lived in your village, who lived in your area. And now because of the television, the radio, the internet, we travel more, we make money on the internet and don't have to go, we can go here and there. Now we expand and we travel and the world has become a smaller place. The world never did become smaller, but our comprehension of the world, we see the world as smaller. You know, when you're a child and you grew up in that big house and you eventually get older and move away, or maybe your folks sold the house you grew up in and you come back 20 years later as an adult and you look at the house, you say, man, the house is so small. But when you were a little kid, the house, it was so big. So that's the way it is with America and those who have accepted the indoctrination, who haven't traveled and who haven't expanded their mind to see something different. Because as we speak right now, there's a Medina market. I can go to the and get any kind of fruit 24/7. Right now, as we speak, to just say, there's a traffic jam in Singapore. Right now, there's a party in Brazil. Right now, they're getting down doing what they do in China. Right at this very moment. I'm not saying I'm bigging up any of those other countries over here. All I'm saying that when you live somewhere and you think that's it, and you say, oh, I'm suffering, it's no good here, whatever. It's a big world out here, and there are people who are enjoying themselves, but America has a way of making it seem or appear that it is the sugar, honey, iced tea. Sugar, S, honey, H, ice, I-T, right? But really and truly they are, but they're not sugar, honey, iced tea. They're the other thing that you don't want to step in, right? There are some attributes that they may have there, but we have to understand that America is falling. The quality of life is falling. And many of us are like sprayed roaches hiding under the box in the dark. We're limited. The jobs are drying up. We're not encouraged to start our own businesses. Politicians are not the way. Religion there is not the way. Religion, doing something over and over. You're religious if you brush your teeth every day. You're religious if you wipe your backside every time you go to the bathroom. That's whatever you do repetitiously. But if you do something repetitiously and it doesn't bring you some results, you need to abandon it. Nobody brushes their teeth. Well, I'm religious because I'm brushing my teeth. So one day some tooth savior is going to bust out of the sky. No, we put in time in a church, a synagogue, and a mosque. We get up in the morning time, Allahu Akbar, praise Jesus, all this stuff. But you got to cut your grass. When you're hungry, you better feed yourself. When you need money, you got to get up and get it. And we turn around and give credit to everything else. And our kids see this. And they don't love us the way they should, because we need to be the ones who are seen as the superheroes, not somebody else. Oh, well, vote for so-and-so. What you mean vote for so-and-so? What is the president going to do for me that I can't do for myself? I am the president of my life. You are the president of your life. You make the crucial decisions that you need to make to navigate through the shark-infested world that has become this planet. But on the other hand, it is shark-infested in their world. In our world and in my world, I don't get down like that. It's paradise. Yes,
do you think that we can find a better alternative on how we basically run our societies? For example, in Africa, most of the countries are democratic. They go through elections. Do you think democracy can work without a conscience?
Democracy can't work at all, with a conscience or not. It's not going to lead you into unity with the people, because if we say democracy, there's always the Republican way of looking at things. There's always this other a communist way of looking at things. Look, go in the wild, right, and ask a rabbit, what is he or she? Right? They're a rabbit. Ask a donkey, ask a horse what they are. They go out into what they call the wild. No, the inner cities are the wild. They go out into the most peaceful place and they get their divine downloads and they operate the way they were supposed to operate. I never saw a horse with a dress on, right? I never saw a bear with a strap on, okay? In delusion. This system must be destroyed by us leaving it alone. So when people hear me say this, he must be a terrorist, he's radical, he's going to do something. I don't have to do anything except pull away from the system and go into our own natural system. Let me tell you something. I've said this on other shows and other interviews before. If you take everybody in your inner circle and your expanded family, let's just say, because we have maybe thousands of Facebook friends, but how many of them are really people that you can trust. If you think you got 5,000 Facebook friends, let them all take turns being in your house, and you leave the country and you leave in the house and see how good you sleep. Hope
That's
they
a
not
good
ran
one.
for my stash. Hope they didn't rob everything out of there. Whether you call them a Facebook friend, you don't even know these people. All I'm saying, you take the people who are in your inner circle, the tried and true ones who didn't show you anything deceptive, right? And you take yourselves, or I take you and bring you out to the motherland, way away from any supermarket, way away from anything else, right? And put you in a rich land where all the food you pick off the trees or pick up out of the ground, and leave you to yourself, right? Okay, does it matter if it's a democracy or any other type of form of a dictatorship, any type of form of government? No. You now learn to depend on each other organically. The young guys that know how to construct homes, right? They do this, they build homes. The older women who may be in their 70s or 80s and they don't have the energy they used to, they impart wisdom and they watch over the kids and it breathes life to them. The one who's in the medical field, the doctors and caretakers, we do each other for free. To hell with the white man's money. Get rid of all of that, because now we see the real value in each other. And because we've traded our lives off for this money. Oh, I got mine, you better get yours. My house is worth.
Do you think we have turned money into a value? As money?
Exactly. We don't see the value in each other anymore. We don't speak. We drive past it. We don't give to each other. We don't share with each other. And even still, we have those amongst us that even if we took them out in the woods with us, they'll still find a reason with that colonized mind to not like us or come against us. So we need to get those people. We need to purge. And I'm not saying purge in the sense of killing anybody. No, but purge ourselves away from those who don't have a unified mind. It's not going to work. We can't accommodate. We can't reason with these decadent ways of living. We can't reason with a system that is hell-bent on destroying us so it can live. We must completely come away from that system and have the system of true love for one another, and to value each and every one of us, no matter what talents we have, no matter what abilities we have, that we all have the seeds of greatness inside of us, and it's our job to cultivate it.
Can we then agree that there are some among us who have decided to work with our oppressors, who have chosen to be against us? Can we then agree that there are some among us who have decided to work with our oppressors, the coons? Can we then agree that we have some coons among us, and what can we do about the coons?
I love the way you said that, the accent you said, the coons. You mean, do we work along with the coons? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, or should we throw them under the bus? What can we do about the coons?
Well, you know what? Guess what? I'm going to reflect what's given to me. I'm going to love the person just as much as they love me. If they have the potential and it's in their system to throw me under the bus, I'm going to throw them under the bus first. If you come in and mug me, I'm not going to sit there and let you mug me. I'm going to knock your lights out. You understand? I'm going to take you from your consciousness. See, the thing is, the coons serve no role. They watch, see the positivity, act as though they're going along with it, and run back to their master, not my master, but their master, to give them intel to come back and destroy, as though they're going to get points with them. No, I don't tolerate that in my world. Like I said, I'm loving. I will open my doors to anyone who is of the same mind. But you know what? I'm my own security. And she may not understand that, Mrs. Scurv, all the way because of my experiences. But you must not let anybody who is not of the same mind in your space. You can encourage them. You can motivate them. This is why we're doing these shows, to reach out, to make people think and bring guests on that make you think. But I'm not going to sit here and know that you're going to be against me and let you on in. That's like me eating a whole watermelon, all the sugar in my veins, and at nighttime opening the windows and doors, say, okay, mosquitoes, you are coons. You're going to come on in. I trust you. They're going to be biting me up and potentially give me malaria. I can't do it. But anybody who is proven with the work for a long time, because let me tell you something, there are too many people online who they run their damn mouth. They try to portray being the real thing. They try to portray being about the movement, the revolution, in whichever way that they can add to it. Doesn't mean we have to be in this one organization, but change, right? change. Revolution means change, and hopefully for the better. And like I always say, we will never be perfect, right? Whatever you say the creator is who put all this stuff here, that's as perfect as you're going to be. But we can perfect ourselves. We can get better. We all have the potential to make ourselves better. So as long as we're all trying to make ourselves better, as long as we all don't honor this engineered fake system. If you talk about, well, I ain't gonna be happy till I get that Rolls Royce, I don't want to be around you. But then again, if you earn something effortlessly by your services to the people, and I'm not talking about these pimp preachers out here. I have nothing against nice things, but it should not be your God. Because for me now, to throw on some slippers, to throw on my little shorts, to throw on a t-shirt, maybe a little bracelet or something, and walk out amongst my people like we did today, and have my camera rolling and be able to share that and have wonderful conversations with those and crack my jokes and say certain things. It's a beautiful day for me. I don't have to keep my guard up like I'm ready to catch a blow. I have to throw blows. Nobody likes to fight. I mean, if I have to, I'll learn how to like it. You know, if we're going to get down like that in the battle mode, but I'm not in the battle mode over here. I'm so laid back and I have more time to focus on what I need to do. But we have to be careful who's around us and what their motivation is. We have a lot of secret agendas and hidden motivations around us, right? That we don't know. We have a lot of snakes around us. Do you walk barefoot out in the woods where you know there's snakes and it's pitch black? You can't see them. So why do we subject ourselves to them? Like I said, when you're building something, the foundation has to be strong. We came out here to build, and we are building not just a physical structure, but a spiritual, emotional, and mental structure that because of the internet and because of books that will be written and because of the wonderful meals that she's going to share and show young girls out there who don't have a clue that you don't have to feed your children French fries or 2 for 2s from McDonald's and junk food to empower them where the schools will not empower them because they want them children sick. If we can do that beyond the scope and time of our life on this planet and affect them after we're gone and ascend, although spiritually we will be here, that we did our job. What are most people looking to do? Work the wheel and get more money for what? So they can go pay their taxes and then go to the supermarket and pay more taxes and pay taxes on their house and have what after? And when you die, you're going to have a bill in the mail or come through in your email for you. So you're never going to win this game. Get out of it completely or shut up. I'm not saying to you anybody in a harsh way, but you can't ride the fence with this, you know, and it's not easy for everybody to get out. Don't, I'm not going to say you, but I don't want anybody to misconstrue my words and say, oh, he's saying he went over there, so he's acting like he's Big Willie. No, it was not easy. We're not telling everything we went through. You know what I mean? There are people here in the chat right now who know we've been through some mess since we landed here, but we're victorious.
Exactly.
Because like I always say that no matter how many clouds are in the sky and it looks like a gloomy day, the sun is always shining, whether you see it or not. And the sun has rays specifically for you that when it busts through the clouds, those rays that the sun has that are for you are touching you and nobody else. So never stop thinking that the sun is shining or it's not shining no more. Never feel that there's no hope. Never feel like you can't do it. You might feel down and tired and cry a little bit. And, you know, I complain, oh man, so and so. But guess what? While I'm complaining, I'm steady throwing punches at an opponent I know I can beat. Because once I conquer myself mentally, nobody can whip me. Nobody can whip me. You ain't gonna make me whip myself. I don't get up in the mirror. I'm gonna whip myself today. I compete against myself and no one else. But nobody externally is going to whip me because I wasn't put here to be whipped. You might catch a defeat here and there, but that might be a battle, but you're going to win the war. I didn't come here to be no punk. You know what I mean? So we're going to motivate.
I wanted to know from your own perspective, you guys have been in America for most of your life, and we all know how much the system, you know, and the top 1% have really manipulated the world for so much time. And we know that there's an idea and a movement out there to say that they have to pay us reparations for the damage that they did for us for a long time. And some people say the reparations has to be monetary, okay? But what do you think of reparations? Do you feel that we need to be paid reparations for what has been done for us? Or what is your view on reparations?
Oh, yes, but don't wait for it. Yes,
It
don't wait.
ain't coming, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the quick answer for me. Yes, we do. We built everything. We built everything, and it wasn't by choice. It was by force. Everything, their banking systems, their infrastructures. Is first of all, they don't have enough money to give us for what we've had to endure. And some people say, well, yeah, you weren't around in slavery. You're damn sure eating good and you're making good money. You're on the internet. You're living, you're enjoying all the things. Well, why not? Why not? If
We
this
did
little
this.
crumb that I'm enjoying from the oppressor thinks he's giving me, no, they got a thing called inheritance. Can I walk up in your home, show up in the middle of the night, and say you got a wife and kids, and say I discovered your house, and get you out, and say this is mine? I wouldn't expect to live because I have a good mind on my shoulders. I can't say, hey, I'm Lancescurv, I'm doing this. No, Lancescurv, nothing. You violated. Get out. Or you crawl out, or I drag you out with a whole lot of blood. That's what they did to us. They raped our women, took our men, took the best of us, and made us do this for all these years. You think that, look, but first of all, whether they do it or not, on a spiritual level, on a cosmic level, they better pay, and pay by giving back what is ours. Because on the flip side, there's so many of us that, yeah, we got the money. Oh, yeah, we have reparations. Yeah, peace, peace, power. Yeah. And go right down to the Italian man who owns the car dealership and blow all our money. Go right to the Chinaman and pay the Chinaman for stuff that we can grow and have over here. So if and when monetary reparations come, everybody else is going to be happy.
That's true.
Chinaman gonna get paid. We open more Chinese restaurants before the check come because we will have good business and we will do good. We love black people. We can't live around them, but they're stupid. They take money and they come give it to us because we do it for ourselves, right? So everybody else will get paid. So what I feel, it should be a monetary element to it, but there should also be some amenities. Just like when they say with the Native Americans that they don't have to pay taxes, and see how they did the Native Americans in America. They have them on plantations, and the living conditions there, because the men and families are broken. You got lots of domestic violence. You have a lot of alcoholism going on, a lot of very depressed men, a lot of suicides going on. But so they gave them amenities, but what good did it do? Because it didn't reignite the spirit that they have inside of them to conquer and subdue the earth. So they're never going to do that, because if we get a leg up on what was done to us, like, they could never pay us back for that. But if they emptied out their pockets, or they're going to empty out their pockets of those of us who are wise enough to know what to do with it so that we keep and flourish for generations to come. Or they're going to give this to fools that will come back, and after a while, reparations are given out and we broke. Wouldn't that be terrible? If we can't get along not having the money, how are we going to get along if they give us money?
That's a valid point.
Each other on YouTube for no reason, and they give us money. What's going to happen? We're going to separate even more. That's the grim reality of it all. Very few of us would know what to do with it and sacrifice. So you got to look after who it's given to. Just don't get off your guilt. Well, we did this and we're guilty. Here's a little money. And they'll have a system designed to take it back. They'll lock us all up. They'll make up some rule that we all get locked up and have to pay this big bail, and the white lawyers be waiting for us. Everybody's going to get paid off of us other than us. And I do hope we get it. But we need to know what to do with it collectively, right? Go ahead, brother. I know you're about to answer or ask a question.
I don't think we're mature enough in case we're paid. I don't think we're ready yet to, like you say, united to really do something profitable with it in case we get it.
Yeah. That's the sad thing. Because of our minds. Because of our minds. We came up in school, taught that we're nothing. Oh, you were just slaves. They didn't say it that way, but I mean, we got teased about it. You know, it made people feel uneasy when you could only go back 2 generations to the grandmother you knew. But before that, you don't know your name. I was taught a little different. Although my bloodline was cut, I can go back a little further. Mr. Scurv can go back a little further. but really, how far can we go? You know what I mean? And it's a tragedy. So culture-wise, our culture has been hijacked. The music that we listen to, it may sound with a good beat on an African level, but it's been infused with other things and poisonous lyrics. So this is what's happening over here in the motherland. I'm gonna tell you this much. We got brothers out here sagging their pants. We got brothers out here telling you get money. And in the videos, they're acting thuggish, right? And they driving around the cars in the video that don't belong to them, but they're putting that image out there. They got the women that their skirts are so short that if they bent over, you'd see their next monthly coming around the corner. Yeah. And I mean, they're starting to honor these things. And the oppressor is trying to make it okay and urge leaders here, well, you know, there's nothing wrong with the LGBT community. What is that doing for the Black family? Why are you coming here with it? Why are you bringing all this stuff? And when they make plans, it's a controlled demolition. It's not something that is just going to happen overnight. They take their time and plan. Just the same way when those Twin Towers came down, you think they fell straight or by chance? And one building that didn't get hit by a plane, so they say, just fell down out of nowhere. Scary to me. I used to walk around them streets all the time, late at night, early in the day. I know Manhattan. Trust me, I know the city. I'm a super New Yorker. There's no way. But anything they do with us, whether it's gentrification of a certain neighborhood, they start letting the drugs go in. They're arresting those who are supposed to inherit homes, or even the brilliant minds hooked on drugs, and they chisel away. It's like when you chop a tree, you don't chop one chop here and one chop up here, you chop in one spot and you chop out that part. And after a while, you see the weight of the tree falling on yourself, and you sit back with no effort at all to talk about timber away at us right now, not only in America, but all over the world. They do not want us growing strong anywhere. They are intimidated. They know that we are dominant. We're made to be dominant. We're made to stand up and be in the sun. And if we want to work to build, do it for ourselves. But they have no problem with us doing it for them. So it's a long-term thing. The 9% population of the world and those who have their white card, right? Because they're getting other races to come against us. We are the enemy, but they don't care about anybody but themselves. So we are the boogeyman, and we better know that even though some people, they ain't giving up their privilege. They may put on the glasses of the Black Lives Matter, and Black Lives Matter. What a fuck. I mean, why should we? That's like being me married to somebody. Oh, sweetheart, I matter. Give me a hug. I matter. Why do I have to ask somebody else and say, yes, I matter. Yes, I count. Yes, I'm great. We all are great in this chat room and who are listening to this show. But see, when you talk that way, you're not supposed to talk that way, because we didn't put this confidence in this nigger. We taught them that they were nothing. We taught them they were slaves. They taught that they watched TV and all these slave shows, and we put the white woman as the most beautiful woman in the world and shame the Black women who have real beauty. And them same white men who are putting these white women on the covers are coming to Africa, and they not only just look at the beauty, but they look at the booty, because they don't have that in their bedroom. And they know who is the best. But they're very deceptive because they don't want you to know what you have. It's not about booty, sweetheart. I'm just talking how they are.
Just saying right now.
You know what I mean?
We have to care about and love ourselves. You know,
that's right.
It's all about our melanin, our skin, and all that. And they know they can't get this. Melanin.
I'm hungry. I thought you said melanin.
And we know we are beautiful. We don't need anyone to tell us how much we're beautiful. So,
that's really impressive. It's actually a beautiful conversation. You know, before we come to the end of our session, I wanted to know, you know, we are young people, and relationships is also another thing that's really important. You two are a living experience of what it means to respect and value the other partner. And it's really an honor for me to see how beautiful you are all together. What would be your advice to young women and men out there what are some of the foundation of a good and valuable relationship that can last longer, just like yours? What has been your key, what can I say, key points of what has really brought you two together? And
food.
You are a mess. You are a mess. For me,
food can be one of it.
I have to say to a lot of our young people out there, and even older brothers and sisters who are in a relationship or about to get into a relationship, or even our children, our nieces, our nephews, all of them. For me, as I was telling my eldest son this morning about, marriage and relationship is really a full-time job, and you have to put a lot in it. It's a lot. It's just not easy. It is a lot of ups and downs.
And I'm not easy. I'm not an easy character to deal with.
You don't look easy.
So you have to work on it 24/7. Just like you have a job and you put in a lot in your job, and your manager or your supervisor expect all this from you on a daily basis. For me, it's really a full-time job, and overtime also adds up in it, because it is so much. And for me, as a woman, a female, a mother, a wife, it is not easy.
A cook.
It's not easy, and it's a lot, and someday it's ups and down, and you have to deal with your husband, you have to deal with the children, you have to deal with your job. So it's a lot, and sometimes you come home and you don't really want to be bothered sometimes, but we have to make it work, and we have to compromise and do what we need to do. For me and Brother Lance, I always make sure, when we were in Florida, and both of us working, and I used to be working a lot. And but I always get up like 7 a.m. in the morning, and I know he have to go to work, and I had a part-time job and a full-time job, and I usually get up in the morning and fix his breakfast, and I pack his bag for work and everything, make sure everything was done on a Saturday. Friday for me was my day off on a Saturday, so Friday,
and it wasn't really a day off. You still did work.
I was working in the yard, and I was cooking, cleaning, and doing everything. So on a Friday night, like about 9-10 o'clock, I was in bed, because I always, I have to have a clean linen on my bed every week. So I love to go in there on a Friday night when everything is clean and nice and relaxing. And Brother Lance will be doing his show. If I'm not on the show, I'm in bed relaxing. And then, you have to work together. It's hard sometimes, and as I say, but you have to work on it. It's a job, and sometimes we get frustrated about things and all that stuff. But I just want to advise our sisters and brothers out there, just keep working on it. Sometimes we give up too fast, and I notice that this is why a lot of our marriage or our relationship doesn't work, because we don't work on it. Like, for instance, we go into a job and we put in all this into a job, but at home we don't put that in. And we should with each other, because it's more important, especially we're going on these people's job that doesn't really care about us. We should be able to care about ourselves and doing the right thing. And if we don't start doing these things, we'll never really get together. We don't have family time anymore, with our partner or children or anything, where we can sit down and have a conversation, have dinner together, do the little things together, where you do your little play in the backyard or whatever. We don't do that anymore, because we tend to put our minds somewhere else, maybe in social media, doing different things, the phone,
like me.
Sometimes we having dinner, and maybe your partner, your husband, or whoever, children are on the phone. It shouldn't happen. If we have children in the home, we should take away all that device from them at certain time. We're gonna have dinner, we're gonna have a conversation, and none of these things is gonna happen. No TV, no phone, no nothing. And we have to work on these things. It's a lot, and it's a big job, but we can do it if we put our minds to it. It's all about our mind. So if we start doing that, we just don't know. We can work wonders in this world. We are great people. We are wonderful people. We are strong. We are powerful, and we have to know that. So this is why we have to really wake up our mind, and do what we need to do, because we don't have no more time to waste. It's too much is going on in the world, and we really have to do what we need to do at this time, because this is what they want to do, is take away all our men from us women, So we need to stand up strong, because we have to know as sisters that we are powerful. We have everything, and we have to stand behind these men, because a lot of our men are not strong like us. So we have to do what we need to do. We have to stand up and do what we need to do, because even sometimes, if you notice in the home, you'll have dad and mom, okay? And the children, a lot of times, they will tend to more listen to the mom than the dad a lot of times, because a lot of our dad, they're not paying attention to the kids, and they don't. I don't get it. And dads need to be stronger. You are a man, and you have to stand up like in the home as a man of the home. You are the dad, you are the husband. You have to be strong. And a lot of us women are doing that right now. So we have to stand strong and tall and do what we need to do. But as I say, it's a job, and it's not only 8 hours, it's 24/7. It's overtime, all of that in it. So that's all I have to say for our brother Lance.
Brother Lance, mom is amazing. My God, she's amazing.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I spoke about her on the Anthill Chronicles, the one I'm going to be putting up for the morning that I haven't worked on yet. And like I said, she could outwork me in most instances. I have no problem saying that. I got a few tricks up my sleeve now, but we all have our talents and abilities. We have to make them work. She's not going to ask me to cook a gourmet meal, although I'm going to surprise her because I've been watching her for many years. And I'm not going to ask her to sit here and do all this stuff online with the computers and all this stuff like that, because that may not be her forte, although she shocks me a lot of time because she watches stuff too. She knows what's going on. But whatever you're good at, do it. Whatever you're not good at, work on it. Make it better. Also, I said, and I asked if we can get a roll call from everybody who is in the chat room. Let us know where you are, what country, what city, what state, what high school you went to. Call out your ancestors, your grandparents, your parents, whoever. Give a shout out to your kids. Let's just, some friends of yours you haven't spoken to, so that when you look at this again, we'll add on to the love and share the love. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. And that's what I try to do here on this platform. Also, make sure to download the Lancescurv app at the Google Play Store, the App Store, and on Amazon. It's free. It keeps us connected, and it keeps me in your phone, and it's not bootleg, and it's real. Anyway, I flashed some contact information across the bottom. And right now, because of how YouTube does us and had me on a ban in December, had me on a ban in March, had me on another ban before that ban went away. They were trying to have me have 3 consecutive bans to take away the whole channel and all the content. I just want to say right now that if you do not see me on YouTube for a day or two, the blue moon, I'll take a day off. But if you don't see me upload something, make sure to always have an intimate relationship with the site, the blog, Lancescurv.com. Go there and register and make a profile page, and you can go into the forum and talk with everybody. But make sure to make sure that if you don't see, let a bell go off in your head. Hey, I haven't seen him. Maybe they threw me in jail. You see that guy that's always in the street. Yeah, I didn't see him for a while. Where is he? Oh, he's in jail. Oh, yeah, I should have known he does this. Well, they throw me in their kind of jail because of what I do. So that's our independent platform. And I will have videos from other platforms. And also, again, this is not a money hustle, money grab, but this is for support. $1 on Patreon, patreon.com/Lancescurv. If you could put the link Empress Ella G in there, I'd appreciate just $1, not 5, not 10, something you can forget, because I work for my people, and that helps to keep things going along. I am not rich and wealthy. I make do with what we have, but that helps. And all we ask is $1, because we know folks ain't got no money to go out here and blow on this and blow on that. Things are tight, y'all. And I know that. And so don't think that even earlier when I said that about coming to the motherland, no, it's more about this. Because check it. Imagine you had, just like the Chinese now, they come, they'll open a Chinese restaurant or takeout joint, not even a restaurant. Roaches and all that stuff crawling around. They pay the people under the table to go past their health violations. And we go there because I don't feel like eating. Like, let's go get some Chinese food, which is not the food they eat. And a lot of things they eat, I don't want to eat either. But I've seen this in many of the Black neighborhoods in New York City and across the country. That one little shabby Chinese takeout joint, they're saving their money. They live in the back, or they live upstairs, or they don't live anywhere luxurious. It's about getting that money, and it's a funneling system because when they make enough money, they call for a relative or a close friend to come here and work in the Chinese restaurant or Korean fruit market, whatever it may be. And you see the younger ones who are going to school to learn how things operate here and become legit in America while they're undergirded. And you think they get paid working in the family business? No, we bringing you here. It's your duty to serve your people.
Exactly.
So you're going to put in some work. You'll have your clothes, you'll have your food. On the weekends, if you want to see a movie, you'll see it. But it's not about you coming here to America and making all the Benjamins. And I've talked to many who are from other backgrounds, Asian. I talk to everybody, but when I'm talking to them, I'm going, See, I'm not going to sit here and say, it's white supremacy. I can't deal with them. No, I'm a chameleon, like Herbie Hancock's song back in the 70s. Doom, 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 doom.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Chameleon. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to find out how you think. I'm going to find out how you do. I'm going to find out how you work things out. And I'm going to come back to my people who are aware and say, hey, listen, this is what they're doing, or I'll incorporate some of those things with me. So do you think that we just come here to the motherland to take pictures of a garden or a huge backyard with mangoes and watermelons and not encourage those to come out here and do the same thing? Don't you know that you have boots on the ground over here? That if you said you were looking for land, I'm going to tell you how it's done. I'm not looking to rip anybody off. I'm going to put you in contact with people. And there's a lot that you have to know when you come out here. It's not a cakewalk. Human nature rules all over the land. There are people who look like us who will rip us off just as fast. And there are many here, and I'm not smearing anybody, who think everybody who comes from America has a lot of money. No, it's not the case. They have been brainwashed to think that, many of them. So many of them will say, hey, I'm going to get what I can get. So there are a lot of loopholes and things. But the thing is that I'm not here to rip somebody off and sell them a dream. There are a lot of people who are out here who are well known on YouTube who do that, who look like us, spending to this fun, and people who I have promoted in the past, unfortunately. But I'm not doing any of that. If I don't know that it's going to work, I'm not going to do it. I've always been one to open up the platform and say, come on in, it sounds good, come on in. But I'm not going to break the people's trust of me by even having somebody come in. No, I'm not doing it. That's why the things we're doing with brother Audie Champion, Empress Ella G, and our little team with the hyper fund that we're doing, that is something that I'm doing. That is something that I'll sign off on, and we can all get rich off of it, all of us, right?
Yes.
And we're going to have shows every Sunday and with tutorials and times we can get on the conference call and hold our hands together and get rich together as far as that's concerned. But riches and money is not rich unless you have the mindset to know what to do with it, to take it, to build a community, to build a world, to build true independence and take yourself out of that other man's system. Unfortunately, many of us are going to have to pay to get out of the system. But when we do, how do we survive? Unity and seeing ourselves as family. Because them Chinese, when they come over here, they don't have nothing except the shirt and funky pants that they got on that they've been putting in on the plane flight out here. But they're taken care of, right? And we need to see the value in ourselves and take care of ourselves. Hey, you come out here, you ain't got no money. I'm not saying there's going to be a lot of shysters who are going to try to take me up on that, right? And I ain't going for it. Don't call me up at the airport and just, no. We're going to talk about this now, right? But even if I have to give up and say, hey, sleep on the couch, I'll sleep on the floor. Take my bed. I'll sleep on the floor. The extra bed, not the bed with me and Mrs. Scurvy. I'm going to sleep in that bed, right? But to bring your talents and to know the abilities and talents that you have to offer to work on and be willing to sacrifice. Let me tell you something too. I'm going to let one little cat out the bag. I do videos, right? And because of me doing videos, people have offered me as payment. They say, man, I got hundreds of acres of land, right? You do this video to promote my organization that I'm using to help the children. I'll give you all you want. What can I do with that? If I have, but I can do so much with that. I'm going to need people to say, hey, I'm going to take my own money, Scurv. You let me live on that land and let me cultivate it. There's leverage in the things that we do. There's trust in the things that we do here. And I'm going to use that trust and use that leverage to help those who are really serious about doing the damn thing. I'm not going to leave this earth as some selfish person who dies with possessions that people who don't like me want to fight over.
Oh.
I didn't really like him anyway, but if I can get that car, if I can get that bedroom set, if I can get his wife, whatever.
Oh.
They see what you got and they want it. But the real sincere people who are willing to sacrifice, we had to make a tremendous sacrifice. Could you imagine? We see the end goal, but we have family back in America. We had jobs back in America, which jobs these days mean just over broke. We had a sense of some kind of stability, and we were doing the damn thing on our little level, on our humble level. We had to work hard for it, but we saw a chance to break away and do something better, do something more efficient, which will allow us not to feel that when we're home, we're visiting home, but we can be home and be home all day long if we want to, because we're building businesses to serve us in the community around us. And that's what it's all about. Do you go on a highway that has 5 lanes and the slow lane is not moving, and you look and see all the cars zoom, going past you, zoom, and I think to yourself, I can do better if I move over in the next lane. And so when you move over, you better look, because you don't want nobody to hit you. You have to plan when you make that move, because you have other people in the vehicle with you. You have their lives in your hands. So when we made this decision, we had to be very calculating, and still we got ripped off here and there from smiling faces. We can tell you about that. When the book comes out, you'll hear it all. But you know what?
I can't wait to read it.
Oh yeah, this will be a whole lot of books. This is gonna be, you're gonna have a whole library just for the books that we write. For real.
That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. Wow, it's really an honor having the Lancescurv family in this show of Lancescurv and Zola Bantu. It's an honor. It's an honor. I think most of our audience would watch the video tomorrow when I'll post it.
Yes,
I think it will be an amazing opportunity for them to really know who you are, and also visit the Lancescurv and also be a patron. I want to be a patron also of Lancescurv TV. Absolutely. I think when I read about what both of you do, I was really inspired, and I want to do that exactly. And then from you both, it would be an honor. It was really so much grace and blessings to host you in this few minutes that you had with us. And I hope this will be the first of many.
Of course.
Many people. I
do it every day.
I really appreciate. I watched you when you were received by Dr. Susan Tata. It was an amazing show, and I learned a lot. I watched it, so it was amazing.
Pan African Deli TV. Dr. Susan Tata. You think I work hard? She's the one.
She's every day. She's doing it every day. It's
every day, really, and bringing in very prominent people and stuff like that. And I want to give a shout out to Dr. Mumbai, who gave me a big birthday shout out on Twitter.
Wow,
out of nowhere. It was amazing. And when she comes to Ghana, she'll be coming by us, and we're going to treat her like the queen that she is. She's going to have some good Mrs. Scurv cooking, and come down to the studio. We're going to have some phenomenal shows. You, brother, when you're ready, you come on down. We're manifesting. We're making it happen. We're very determined, and it's going to happen not 10 years from now, but before the year is out and a few months away. You know what I mean? But I have to say that I've been home on the computers a lot, keeping this down. But she's been the one going up on that mountaintop, working hard. Working hard. I would go up there sometime after 30 minutes. I'm sitting there and she's working. I was like, let me sit down while she can't see me. For real.
Wow, that is beautiful. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
So
Thank you.
I'm ready for the next one when you're ready. Thank you.
Thank you to the audience of Lancescurv TV.
Yes.
Thank you all for watching.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We love you so much.
Yes, thanks.
So much.
Thanks to everyone. Much love. Much love.
All right, brother.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you.
It's good to be on live.
It is, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Banner for this next show that we're going to have. I'm going to play some music, and that's our show on Sunday, and it's going to be phenomenal. We're going to walk you through a lot of things. We're going to have
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there.
Exactly. This is the real thing. If I lose or you lose, I lose. This is not a money grab. This is something that I fully know and have researched, and we're working furiously on this every day and I urge you all to be there on that day, on Sunday. Actually, it's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in America, which means for us, Brother Zola, it's going to be actually 11 o'clock for us over here in Accra. But that's okay because I always honor the East Coast because that's what helped to build me in America and those all over the world. But we still hold our shows because they're, you know, the bulk of who may listen. So anyway, my thing is, let's move on. Let's play a little music and let's plan for when we can do this again. We have more goodies that we made earlier, more footage. And Empress LG, I'm not going to fall asleep on you tonight. We have to do something to record it or even go live back again. We've been itching to do so, but I just want to say to everybody, excuse me for the irregular videos because as the cat's out the bag now, you know that we're doing bigger things and we're going to come around and we just look to put the icing on the cake and we're going to share it with everybody. There'll be motivation every day. And one more thing before you go, brother, I want it to be with the help of others and the help of you that we contribute to the channel as far as footage and stuff that's going on all over the world. If you capture it on your cell phone, send it in so we can have Lancescurv TV 24/7, 24 hours a day. Imagine that. Oh my God. You can't sleep.
That would take over the world by storm.
Exactly. So I want people from all over the world, and especially in the motherland and different countries in the motherland. And if you are melanated, wherever you are, to tell us the real, because we're going to do everything independent. We'll do the mild stuff on YouTube because they're always going to be looking to block us off. But we got something for that because I'm a strategist. And in this war, I am a general. We're going to make it happen. But anyway, my brother, much love. And we're going to end this right now. Yes, thank you.
Much love. Be blessed. Have an amazing one.
Thank you.
In Ghana. Thank you.
Peace out.
Peace out.